we're back for another one here. Average Joe Builds. Another episode of monotony, basically. Took about a week off. It's been about a week, yeah, I think, since I filmed my last video. I haven't just been sitting, though. Did a bunch of random things on Blue. Did a bunch of random things on the Dart. And before we go back and talk about the Dart, which is the focus of today's video, I need to finish this truck so badly, and just finding the time is impossible. Basically, the last week I've just been, I don't know, just rubbing my hands over my eyes, pretending none of this exists. And yeah, I did knock out a couple little things, minor little things. The truck has not had a stereo. Well, it did, but it didn't, if that makes any sense. It had some ghetto parrot Android radio thing. If the camera wants to let us zoom in, I threw in a classic old single den Pioneer, and to make things that much better, it got not 1 amp, but 2 amps. You're just not gonna be able to see the second one because it's hiding like right there underneath the seat. So first amp is controlling the 4 speakers in the truck and the tweeters. Second amp is controlling the subwoofer, hiding under this seat here. Yeah, it's just nice to have some music. I have no idea what I'm doing with stereo stuff, so it sounds good to me, but to most people it probably would still suck. I think these are like house boxes or something for 6x9s or really old audio setup. I'm gonna probably pull the Kenwoods out and get some of the generic corner speaker brackets there, put those in there, but I wired them up anyways because a bracket and a speaker, it'll take me 10 minutes to install that stuff, and at least now that it's wired, it will all work in the new setup. But like I said, today the video is about the Dart. Why is today's video about the Dart? Because I can't take that truck apart without another car to drive. And I don't know about you guys, but I hadn't really been, I don't know, I haven't been super excited on this car recently after the whole rust fiasco and all that, but I have been doing things behind the scenes. You can barely see because it's so shiny now, but the back half is primed white. Our rust spots are no longer anywhere to see whatsoever. Basically did 10 times the work on this car that I initially planned. When we bought this car, it was supposed to be a quick flip driver type deal. The initial floor pan rust repair, we knew was coming. The trunk, I didn't necessarily know I was gonna do that, and to be honest, look at, there's so much dust. This is all, I can't show you this great on camera. That's literally just piles of dust and everything now. It's, yes, restored the trunk to then basically ruin it again almost. Quick vacuum clean out, throw the trunk mat back in there, everything will be fine. The main thing, however, is the rear quarters look great. The body lines, there's no bolts in this still, so I have literally 1 bolt there and 1 bolt on the other side, and that's it. Tighten all this up, pull all the tape off. I basically could drive it. Why are you, why are you stopping right there, Joe? Why aren't you just gonna go ahead and paint the car if you've done all of this body work? And I'll tell you my only real reason. I don't like this front end. I said when I got the car, I wasn't gonna do anything with the front end at all. And realistically, I took a 150 grit flapper to it and then just douched it in flat black, which is the color it was already on the front end. Why? I just didn't want 10,000 layers of texture. The different layers of paint were killing me, but now at least it's hard to see because it's also dented, but once I get the coverage, it will be all in one nice layer of flat black. I even went as far as getting into this lower valence that had never been painted and was 70 different colors of white. But I think we stop here, we take all the tape, all that stuff off, and we start driving the car again, at least for now. There's so much content to be made, so much fun to be had with this car, and at worst case, it's ready for a paint job for somebody else. I know I'm not gonna be keeping it forever, and I just wanted it to not be parted out. I didn't want it to meet a Sawzall death like most of these old cars meet when they become too rusty to save. Had I actually spent time, this would have been a week's worth of work. So nothing is too rusty to save. Maybe to you, but it's not to people like me. So enough ramble, this clip has gone on long enough. I need to pull all the plastic, all the tape, all the everything, paper, all that crap off of this. I need to pull the back wheels off and do a couple things under there too. Ramble, yeah. Let's just get some time lapse going, get a bunch of this yanked apart, start to put this thing back together. I know we have some goodies to do, but before all that, like I said, we need plastic, paper, I need to put the bumper back in. Alright, just clean up this giant mess that I've made everywhere. And with that, let's just get into this. Sweet.
2,000 years later.
Tell me you're having a bad day without telling me you're having a bad day. When you can spin the lug nut with your fingers and it spins the stud too. Shit! Shit. Holy shit, oh, I have no idea where I left off at that last clip, besides the fact that I made a big hole in this wheel. I don't know about you guys, not necessarily the plan for the end of that night, but I just wanted to take the wheel off to access the wheel cylinder. This one side was leaking, needed to go ahead and change it, and getting in here, it's actually kind of crazy how much fluid is on everything. But the main thing that kind of caught me off guard, running my microphone into the fender here, but yeah, let's see. Can I actually get in here with some light? Gonna use my phone, realized. Flashlight-o. So, besides the pad missing some chunks and oh yeah. Oh, the rivets had just busted and everything let go. The main thing that caught me off guard is, yeah, there's no pad on that side at all. The shoe is just gone, and to be honest, I never would have noticed. I didn't hear it making any sounds. I didn't, no funny feelings, no nothing like that. Had I not seen the, oh, that's fresh brake fluid. Yeah, that's fresh. So that wheel cylinder is just junk. I'm assuming both of these guys are just leaking out of there, but we got wheel cylinders. We grabbed some new shoes. I did actually grab one stud, which we'll end up trying to fish in through the back here somehow like this, and ta-da. I mean, I might try to suck it in with a lug nut and see if that works. Just found the inside of the wheel. And if not, I will pull it in the rest of the way with a slide hammer. I'll use the drum to make sure everything's straight, and then I will tack the back side of that. But now, I'm just rambling as usual. Obviously not what I anticipated. I just want to put the car together so I can drive the car and start taking my damn truck apart. The front end is coming out amazing. This flat black lays down so nice. And taking that little bit of time to get, you know, the layers down so there's not 50 layers of paint. I'm glad I did that. There is obviously, there you go. There's some pitting in the hood and stuff like that, but I mean, there's dents that you can, I don't like this hood. I'm not a scamp hood guy. The car is a dart. Yeah, someone put a scamp front end on it because it had been in an accident at some point, but I want a dart front end. If I keep the car long enough to get a dart front end, it gets a dart front end, and then it gets painted. For now though, I just want to be able to drive it, take the blue truck apart, start focusing on blue truck content. And yeah, that means let's get some brakes on this, throw some miscellaneous parts. I even got new marker light lenses. That's how much we're getting this thing ready. It's the last, hopefully, few days of rain, weeks of rain, whatever. I'm starting to get beautiful days like this, if my camera wants to focus. Of course, camera dies some point at the middle, beginning somewhere, I don't even know. But this side's back together and we have 5 studs again. Ta-da! New wheel cylinder, new shoes on both sides, got the parking brake assembly and everything put back together. And one thing I'm noticing, which is a little bit scary to be honest, is you guys are really gonna have a hard time seeing, and I think I actually mentioned it a little in the last clip before the brakes, but this wheel stud had been lathing the back of the spreader bar, which is a big no-no. I said there was no actual shoe material left on this one, and pieces of that one had fallen all apart. I already have this side halfway together. New cylinder in, one shoe on. I just need to throw this other shoe on real quick. I'm going through and cleaning up everything as I do so. While I'm in here though, I'm going to also say hi to Bruce, hiding over in the corner. We got some Monroe shocks for this thing, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but when I was restoring the whole back of the car and everything for the trunk, I found these lines and I just yanked them out, and then realized after I had yanked them out, these are air shocks, and I ripped the air lines out for the air shocks. So yeah, gonna pull the air shocks out, throw those Monroes in, and then I'll probably have the wife help me bleed the brakes real quick off camera or something like that. I think after that we start to pull some tape off. I don't know. We'll find out. But I got a bunch of little odds and ends, and we've got to get it back to a daily driver. Need to throw the grill back in, and put the rear bumper back on, get all this stuff ready. Almost. Step by step. Taking me way too long. It's been like a week since I posted my last video. Why? Because bodywork, 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 bodywork. Paint, paint, paint. I have the worst helper in the world too. So. Enough rambling, back to it.
A few moments later.
So after SpongeBob's wonderful transition help there, yeah, this turned out to be the worst thing I've ever done. I didn't even film half of it. The brakes were one thing. The shocks, this is the shock rubber, the material. I had to physically melt them out to get them off. Let's see, right here, the stud. This had, I don't know, what is it, annealed the rubber to the actual stud. And then up here where you can't see, it's actually in the trunk, those ones had done basically the same damn thing. Holy crap, was that a fight. I mean, there's melted rubber chunks everywhere. Everywhere. It killed me. I just wanted to put some damn Monroe Matics onto the back of this thing, and then I just wanted to change the brakes, but now, oh, I dropped the box. I want to go mess around, go do some pulls, maybe do a 2-barrel draggy test, or we'll save that test for a different video. But now I'm definitely rambling. I'm going to get a quick snack and then start disassembly of tape and plastic and reassembly of wheels and all that crap. I don't really care. The brakes are good. The steering hopefully is going to be good. And everything else should be good. So, see if this damn thing will start up. I don't know if it's going to run. I don't know. Oh, and I did put the factory, if it wants to actually focus on that, factory bezel, factory boot. Oh yeah, it's real good. Let's see. Okay, make sure we're in neutral. Tack's actually working. Wait a minute, what? Oil pressure's working. I know coolant's not gonna work because it's not hooked up, but pretty sure I had that working. Okay, well, I'll deal with that later. It's idling, it's running. I probably need to close the hood and take it, I don't know, take it around the block, yeah. Thinking that's what we're gonna do. We'll do a quick once or twice lap and feel it out, see if it's any different, and bring it back. And I don't know. I don't know what any of this video is about today, but It's something. God damn it. I just ran out of gas. Bruh, I think I just ran out of gas. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the next day. I've tried so hard, and it just... This is not turning out the way I anticipated it. I even went as far as putting the door panels back in, which, might I say, making everything look so nice. Fixed the volt gauge. Ta-da! We have an issue, so I don't know if it's gonna fire up right here. It will run. Back works, lights work. And then that happens. So, you're thinking, what's going on? You said you ran out of gas. Blah, 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 blah. Yesterday, I did run out of gas. I checked. No. I put 4 gallons in. The gas gauge actually reads, which makes things fantastic. Let me grab a flashlight, though. You know what? Let me use my phone because this has a better light. Clearly, I'm prepared because I'm so flustered. I just wanted to make this the daily driver. Put this back together, enjoy this thing. And yeah, I don't know how well we're gonna be able to see in there. Here, let's see if I can two-hand this. Like so, something like that, kind of, maybe. There's nothing happening. There's nothing happening in there. I thought maybe the fuel pump was bad. Disconnected the fuel pump, fired it. It filled this can. Oh no, that doesn't look like a lot, but it actually filled it like way up into this mark here. And then I used some of that to feed the engine a couple times, but yeah, filled the can up way quick. I mean, like 3-4 seconds, half that can. That's plenty of pump pressure for whatever this guy is. And watch, I bet you it'll fire right back up right now. I thought maybe it was something to do with ignition, but I think what it is, trying to turn the camera in, it just, yeah, it doesn't want to run for some reason because I don't think it's getting enough fuel. Fires up. Try to keep it running. It's actually running decent. I don't understand. Maybe I just had junk in the carburetor. For a second there, I just went to rev it and it just fell on its face, checking for smoke. No, see, I think this carburetor is just shot. Of course, of course, of course, of course. Of course, I just try to do one thing, it doesn't work. Try to do something else, it doesn't work. I've hated this 2-barrel from the beginning. I'm checking one more time for my own personal pleasure and yours. Yeah. Dude, it dribbles. This thing is garbage. Screw this thing. I don't, however, have the time. Oh, it's stinky in here. Oh, it's stinky. So yeah, I don't have the time. Oh, and And of course, now the sun's out and everything. Well, this turned into a rather long clip of I'm screwed. I got to powder coat some wheels. 1 in there, 2 in there, 1 in the baby oven warming up. Gotta get them upstairs. I need to start powder coating. So we're gonna end the video there. I guess the next video is gonna be putting a 4-barrel on this thing instead, because that wasn't, yeah, I don't, butt hurt. That's not how I wanted this to go, but the usual, like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more dumb shit with this guy, because that didn't, oh man, I feel like a failure. But with that, I'll let you go. Hotrod Builds, I'm out of here.